You're listening to TurkishSoccer.com's Turkish Football Podcast. Hello, everyone. My name is Ahmet Bob Turgut. Welcome to a brand new edition of Turkish Football and Turkish Super League Podcast. Next 15 minutes, we have a lot to talk about. A lot of good news, a lot of bad news. And we'll preview the Week 8 coming up starting today on Friday. Get ready. And then we'll have a recess for a national team break. We'll come back, review the Week 8, and we'll talk more about it. But very important to start with, I call this podcast Good, Bad, and Ugly. This is the motto for this podcast for Turkish football. Good, bad, ugly. Good was, it happened on Tuesday. And in the Champions League match, Galatasaray shocked the world with the score, first time ever, getting a Turkish team getting a win in Old Trafford in Champions League match. Yes, Galatasaray did it with Okan Buruk and his players. That was the most talked thing on Tuesday in the Champions League match. The giant Manchester United, even though they're not the giant that we know one time, but one thing that Galatasaray had the right tools, and they never stopped fighting on the pitch for 90-some minutes. Even though they went down early in the match, they came back up. While Manchester United in the first half looked much better, they scored 2 goals, Hojlund in 17th minute and 67th minute. But after Hojlund scored the first goal, and Zaha, the player that used to play for Manchester United about 10 years ago, he had to give them answer. He scored a beautiful goal, and Galatasaray tied that match. And then Hojlund scored another goal in 67th minute, made it 2-1. But things were getting better for Galatasaray because Kerem Aktürkoğlu in the 71st minute scored a beautiful goal. It tied the match. So pretty much last 10 minutes was belonged to Galatasaray in Old Trafford after Manchester United player Casemiro got red carded in the 77th minute. Icardi in the 78th minute again. A redemption for Icardi. Missed the PK. Just like he did that against Ankaragücü. Came back in the 81st minute. Scored a goal. And shocked the world. Shocked the Old Trafford. Manchester United fans. Galatasaray came from behind and beat Manchester United in England 3-2. This was awesome. As you probably heard what I was saying about Galatasaray, they had the right players to play in the Champions League. But I said that they did not gel as a team in the Turkish Super League. Even though, let's not forget, Galatasaray played playoff matches, and before that, there were matches to get to Champions League. So they played like 3 matches. This was probably the best game they ever played. Now, you have Zaha. You had Davinson Sanchez on defense. The brain of Galatasaray defense, I call it. In the midfield, Kerem Aktürkoğlu, Kaan Ayhan, Torreira. So you have a lot of good players. Zaha, and you have some players still hurt, is not playing with this team. So I think Galatasaray team officials did a very fantastic job trying to get these players for only the Champions League. And they're on the right track. Right now, after this match, Manchester United is, right now, they're in the bottom of the group. Galatasaray moved to second place. Yes, Galatasaray with 4 points is in second place. Bayern Munich with 6 points. And guess what? Bayern Munich has a match coming up against Galatasaray. This should be for first place on October 25th after we come back from national team break. And then Galatasaray plays Besiktas match in the Turkish Super League and on the 21st or 22nd. And the 25th, Galatasaray will meet Bayern Munich. In this group, Manchester United has only 1 point. And Ten Hag, the coach of Manchester United, having a lot of problems with the team. And he's under a lot of pressure. This was the good news on Tuesday. Galatasaray shocked the world with this winning in Old Trafford 3-2. Congratulations to Galatasaray. Yes, I said this was good. Another good thing would happen today on Thursday. Actually, tonight, Thursday, Fenerbahce beat when I believe they played Spartak Trava and they beat them 2-1. I'm looking at it here. Yes, Spartak Trnava, and they beat them 2-1 in Spartak. So this was a huge plan by Fenerbahce coach Ismail Kartal. In the beginning of the match, he wanted to play for tie. He saved his starters, his really good players to the second half. And then his good players came in the second half, last 20, 30 minutes. Guess what? Yes, Joshua King scored 2 goals and beat Spartak Trnava 2-1. They are in group, I believe they are in group H, and they are in first place with 6 points. Bad and ugly happened today. It was bad for Besiktas and Senol Gunes. While they were winning 2-0, 2 beautiful goals scored by Abu Bakar. In the last 10 minutes, they gave up 3 goals. Yes, and they lost to a no-name team from Switzerland. Yes, the team's name, Lugano. Lugano beat Besiktas 3-2, and they moved into the first place. Besiktas falls in the third place with 1 point. So, a lot of things going on with the Besiktas team. In this match also, it was ugly. Turkish Football Federation president came in. And let's say this. I really don't like the fans swearing in the stadiums. The fans had no right to swear someone as of Turkish Football Federation being there. They did not have to swear at him. And then he got mad, he got up, he pointed out to a Besiktas president. He said, these things happening because of you. And he had no reason to say and point finger at Besiktas president. That was the ugly one. That was the ugly moment in the Turkish football. Turkish Football Federation president should never point someone while he's talking. He pointed his finger talking to Besiktas president. It is wrong to do that, just like it is wrong for any fans in the stadium to swear to anyone or the other team. I don't get it. So that was the bad and ugly. Now, pretty much is it, and then we'll preview week 8 coming up today on Friday. There's one match. Week 8 starts on Friday. Alanyaspor will host Fatih Karagümrük. And Saturday there are quite a bit matches. 5 matches. Adana Demirspor will host Trabzonspor. Should be a good match. Adana Demirspor is coached by Patrick Kluivert. And Fatih Trabzonspor is in good position in winning their last 2 matches. Pendik will be at home against Sivasspor and Ankaragücü. Ankaragücü coach was sacked. They hired Emre Belezoğlu. So Ankaragücü has a new coach. They will play against Kayseri. Tolunay Kafkas used to coach Ankaragücü. He was sacked. And then Başakşehir former coach Emre Belezoğlu will be coaching Ankaragücü against Kayseri. Antalya will host Galatasaray. After Galatasaray beating Manchester United, they are traveling to Antalya to face Antalyaspor on Saturday. Başakşehir will be at home against Gaziantep. And Sunday there are 4 matches. Rizespor will host Samsunspor. Besiktas will be at home against Istanbulspor. I don't know how this match is going to be played. I know the fans is going to be outraged. Fans want Besiktas president and officials to resign. Besiktas fans wants Senol Gunes to resign. I think Senol Gunes is already said he was resigning. They rejected. We'll see what happens tomorrow on Friday or Saturday before this match. We might see Senol Gunes resigning. And also on Sunday, Kasımpaşa will host Fenerbahce, the team that just played Europa Conference match. They're coming back to face Kasımpaşa in Istanbul. And Hatay will be at home against Konyaspor. As you know, Hatay plays their matches in Mersin because of the earthquake. They were affected by that devastating earthquake last year. So it is going to be very, very tight race coming up for week 8. Fenerbahce sits on top. They have a perfect record. And they won 7 out of 7 matches. Galatasaray is in behind them, and Galatasaray have 6 wins, 1 tie, and Adana Demirspor and Besiktas and Rizespor along the way coming up. And there are some teams struggling in the bottom. We'll talk about that after week 8. We'll recap it for you, but after week 8, we'll come back. We'll recap week 8, and we'll talk more about Turkish national team with the new coach, October 12th. Very important match coming up. 2 important matches. The first one, the first place, Croatia will host Turkey on October 12th. It's a must-win match for Turkey. And then we'll come back to Turkey, and then we'll play against Latvia. And actually, yes, October 15th, Turkey will host Latvia. And then Wales will host Croatia on October 15th. So it's very 2 crucial matches, because after we play these 2 matches, we have only 1 match on November 21st. That's when Turkey travels to Wales. That's our last match in the group. And looking at the points here, Croatia has 10 points and Turkey has 10 points. Armenia and Wales are with 7 points. So a loss against Croatia on October 12th, if Armenia wins or Wales wins, they're going to have equal points with Turkey if they lose. So Turkey has to get at least 1 point out of the Croatia and then win against Latvia on October 15th in Turkey. Very important. This is it from me, and let's talk to you after week 8. And congratulations to Galatasaray and Fenerbahce.